In the UK, every November, Britain's war dead are remembered. The primary purpose of this day is to remember the dead men of World War I, the most awful of the world wars as regards the cheapness of men's lives. Men were ordered out of their trenches and made to walk slowly towards the enemy under machine gun fire and artillery bombardment. In one day, during one battle, Britain lost 58,000 men, as many men as America lost in the entire Vietnam War. Millions of men faced poison gas, landmines, and -20-degree temperatures on the battlefronts at Verdun and the Somme. Millions of men died or were horribly mutilated and crippled. Millions of men were willing volunteers, and millions more were conscripts, sent to fight and die in conditions so awful that they simply defy belief. Thousands of men lost their sanity or were shell-shocked into coma, and hundreds of men were executed for simply being unable to function as soldiers in a literal hell on earth. World War I was quite simply the worst war in imagining. It has the distinction of being quite probably the most awful experience human beings have ever suffered through, and although it is never ever highlighted, it was exclusively men that had to live through it and die through it. The cenotaph was unveiled in 1920 to commemorate the sacrifice of these men. It has nothing whatsoever to do with women, because they were not present on battlefields then, and they're frankly not present on battlefields now. In 2004, a memorial was unveiled to animals who served in World War II, and in 2005, a new war memorial was created.
And behind it, a new memorial this year, just a few hundred yards up from the cenotaph itself. It's a memorial to the women of World War II, the millions of women who supported the war effort, whether working as nurses, driving ambulances, working in munitions factories.
This memorial to women, of course, fails to acknowledge the efforts of men on the home front during the war. Men who were too old, too sick, or else injured from battle, or still recovering from the First World War. These men who were the driving force behind the industry and technology in Britain, supporting the men fighting in battle. From code breaking at Bletchley Park to tank shell production in Birmingham, men were still the main workhorses. Undoubtedly, women were fantastic on the home front during the war, but men were simply more so. In the light of men's contribution to the war effort, both at home and on the fronts, I don't know why these new statues exist.